Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at the Twisted Throttle Tavern in Vung, Vietnam. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, David.
Can you tell us a little bit about why Vung? How did you come about coming here?
Well, I moved to Vietnam for 3 months in 2012 and never left. Brought paintball here originally. Was doing that in Australia for 25 odd years. And saw that there was I'd been riding and racing bikes my whole life, just saw there was a real need for something to be done around motorcycle safety regarding equipment and maintenance of bikes and the whole thing. So I started Saigon Motorcycles in 2014, never went back to Australia. We've got Da Nang as well, 3 in Saigon, and after the COVID fiasco, I thought I've had enough of cities, so I moved down here and could sort of see there was no real air-conditioned sports bar or anything like that, and I needed to put a bike shop down here, so
How many bike shops you got?
This is the 5th one.
So is this the only air-conditioned sports bar in Vung?
Yeah. Well, we've got the beer garden as well, so because I need to look after the stock, it's non-smoking inside, but we've got an air curtain between here and the beer garden, so people can sit out the other side of the bar and smoke freely and whatever, and the two never mix. So
I must say I've been only living in Vung a month, and I've been here a couple of times, mate. It's great spot. And that beer you got on tap over there, what's it called?
We've got Sapporo and Huda.
Is that Japanese?
Well, it's brewed here under licence, Japanese beer. But
beautiful beer.
Yeah, it's good beer. Huda's good too. That's central Vietnam, from Hue.
So you do motorbike tours?
Yeah.
There's a heap of motorbikes parked out there. What are they for?
Well, we've got on my websites of over 13 years touring here, I've mapped all the back roads right throughout the country, every province. There's about 120 options of where to go. So you get the map, where to sleep, where to eat, and a detailed explanation of what you'd expect to see from the day, all with photographs I've taken over the years. And then my customer, so online you get the story without the map and without the recommendations, and then our rental customer, when they get the bike, they get a login to the website and they get the extended version, which gives them the rest of the information.
Good setup.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Can I ask you a couple of weird and wonderful questions, mate?
Go on.
What's one subject you could talk about for hours?
Motorbikes.
Motorbikes, yeah, easy, simple. What makes you smile?
Humour, funny people, interesting people.
Plenty of stories working in the bar, yeah?
Plenty. I don't all make you smile, but a lot of them do.
If you could spend 1 hour with anyone dead or alive sitting at this table, who would it be?
Ooh, geez, that's a good one. That's a good one. They'd probably be a MotoGP rider. Could be Casey, could be Rossi, could be Marquez. Mick Doohan, I've done quite a bit of that with already. But anyone dead or alive? Oh, Nora Jones maybe.
Okay. What's one thing you're proud of in your life that you never really get a chance to talk about?
I think treating others as you'd like to be treated. I think for me that's the important bit. I'm not religious at all in any way, shape or form, but I do believe that if you treat people correctly, then you should get it back, and you usually do.
I was actually talking to Jay, the bloke that owns a pub up near Bentan Market, and he said a similar thing, and I said, he got a bit stumped, and I said, The way I go about it is everyone in the world you come across has got some sort of issue. So just be nice to everyone.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, they've all got good in them too. Jay's a good mate of mine. I know who you're talking about, with Jackaroo.
Yeah,
yeah, good bloke.
If you could know the truth about one thing, what would it be?
Who's running the media?
Yeah, what's behind it?
What's behind it? What's behind the story that they want us to believe? But you know, where they're really trying to corral everyone into.
You wonder, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever cried in a movie?
Yeah. I'm soft as butter.
People that say they've never cried in a movie talk shit. Okay, what's one thing that most people don't know about you?
Probably my childhood.
Yeah. Talk about it?
No, not really. Not there's anything to not talk about, but you don't sort of tend to. Brought up pretty not poor. We didn't go hungry, but a different upbringing than probably most have or have.
What's a situation where you feel very uncomfortable? Apart from this.
When I see people being mistreated or, you know, disrespected.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully they're still above ground.
Common answer. Still with a pulse.
Still with a pulse. Look, mate, we may duplicate this concept. Frank being probably the next likely suspect for that, but I wouldn't necessarily want to go and do it. I'd probably put someone there to do that. I'm pretty comfortable down here. It's a pretty laid back lifestyle.
How long have you been here?
3 years. Just once that whole COVID fiasco was finished, we moved down here.
Got out.
Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice you ever got?
If it is to be, it's up to me.
If you're on death row and you've got your final meal, what would it be?
Either a roast lamb or a very nicely cooked steak.
Okay. Who would you least like to sit next to on a long haul aeroplane flight?
Kevin Rudd.
Politician. Easy, that's a common answer. Right, mate, last question. So you got a bloke that's just got off the minibus from Saigon. He comes in here with his suitcase. What advice would you give him about Vung?
Well, that is a good question, because this town is so poorly marketed. When you see any tourist map, Vung's not on it. And there's no good reason for that. There's a lot of good things here, and I've travelled the whole country, so I know what's everywhere else as well. And to be honest, I avoid as the places get more touristy, I avoid them, because the best people, well, the further you get from people, the better the people are. We've got one of the biggest arms museums in the world here, possibly the biggest. Amazing, in Vungtown. Yeah. So you don't even know about it, right?
Yeah.
Robert Taylor's Arms Museum is just a thing that every single person that comes here should see. And I tell everyone, and every single person comes back and goes, "Oh, thanks for that. That's amazing."
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you tell them about it; they still go, "I didn't expect that." So that's one. But there's heaps. We've got French cannons up on the mountain. You know, obviously the statues people see, and some people are interested in that stuff. This is a great fishing area if you're into fishing.
Yeah.
We've got more native species in this area than anywhere else in the country, and we're not too far from good motorbike riding. So it's and the big one really is proximity to the city if you need to get there, but also this would be the most medium climate in the country.
Most
medium climate, like we don't get stinking hot very often, and we don't get cold at all. The rainfall in the wet is usually for an hour a day, if that, and we've got a reasonable sea breeze most of the time, so it's a very comfortable place to live.
Right, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.